Hi friends, welcome to another YouTube video. Today is a very unplanned video because right now Tako is laying eggs and she just started a nest as she's been gravid for the past couple weeks. Now you guys have met Tako before. She's my first female Redfoot Tortoise and she's the mother of all the Redfoot Tortoise babies as she's my only breeding female. And because of the weather's been a bit funky lately, she's laid in October and now she's laying in December. So come follow me and let's go gather some eggs. Now here we are right next to Tako, and here she is. She's starting a nest and she's been laying eggs. I've monitored her for the past hour now. So I have my container with some vermiculite and perlite, and it's moistened down. I already made the divots, and take a look at her. So if you see this, she's been working on this nest for the past hour. She's laid so far 5 eggs, and you can see she's just about packing it up. They do this thing called the um, turtle or tortoise dance, and this dance that they do is they call it a dance, but really they're just packing and digging out the nest. And it usually her nests are around 4 inches, and as you can see it's a bit of a deep hole and it turns into like a, I don't know, like a vase shape, so she can lay the eggs very well and they land fine. Now she's very picky about where she lays, because she will stop if there is a rock so she doesn't crack the eggs. They're very smart and they do care for the eggs as they want them to survive. So let's start grabbing these eggs before she packs up the whole nest. Now, normally I would have a pencil and paper towel with me, but today's an unplanned video, and it's pretty late in the evening, so I want to get this done as quick as possible and then date these eggs later in the day. And because she is laying these eggs right now, it's okay for me to move them around and position them to the size of this container. But if I were to find them like a couple days after, then I would definitely not move the eggs around. That's why if you ever find a tortoise or turtle nest, you don't want to rotate the eggs, because past 24 hours, usually after 24 hours, the embryo attaches to the side of the inner eggshell, and then so they can suffocate or drown in their own fluid if they're rotated. So right now it's okay because the embryo is just floating around and it hasn't attached yet. So we'll go ahead and grab some eggs. I gotta be very careful how I do this. Right now her foot's inside, so I'll wait for her. So she's backed up into this area. She feels that this is a secure place, and the way they find their nest is that they move the dirt around in the grass and they sniff and check the humidity and temperature. If I just put my hand right here, here we have our first egg. She lays pretty small eggs, but if you look the size difference between her head and these eggs, look how big they are. So she's carrying multiple of these. Now, I didn't expect her to lay this time of year. Usually she lays in January through April, but I guess she's now laying in October and December. So this is what I do if she lays eggs. I usually watch her and then I carefully take out the eggs. Now take a look at here. You see this? We have 2 eggs now, and then so far we've counted 2, and look at this difference in between. You see this is a bit more elongated, but look how nice these eggs are, and you see that they're pink. Usually eggs that are fertile after a while, maybe 48 hours or more, they'll chalk over, and that's where the calcium starts building up to the middle, and it turns a nice bone white. That's how you tell it's fertile. So we'll put this egg right next to the other egg. So you see how it's slanted a little bit? Like I said, it's okay. It's not going to harm the eggs. So we'll wait for her to take her foot out. Now, Tako is a 12-year-old female Redfoot Tortoise, and she's usually gives me around 6 eggs. Take a look here. We have 4 more eggs. Um, Now, like I said, I can rotate these eggs. You don't want to do these with old eggs because, like I said, it'll damage the embryo. Now, Taco usually gives me 6 to 7 eggs. Last time I've seen her lay a whole bunch of eggs was 8 eggs in one clutch, which is very surprising for me. But so far she lays roughly around 6 eggs to 5 eggs, which is a good clutch size for a Redfoot Tortoise female, especially of her age and her size. She's still very young. That's why her eggs are very small. And female tortoises, usually around when they start laying their eggs the first time, it's the very first time, so they don't know what to do. So sometimes the eggs will be infertile. That's what happened with her. Her first clutches were infertile. Then her second year of doing that, they're completely fertile, and only one egg out of the 11 didn't make it. So we'll go back. We'll see right here. I'm not sure how many more because we have 4 so far. So we'll take a look, and I think I feel one more. Yep. There we go. One more nice egg. And if you can see very closely, there's this slimy um, very slimy. These eggs come out slimy, and there's a coating around them, so they drop slowly. And they, just in case they come in contact, they slip right off, and they don't end up cracking each other. And they use their feet. The females use their feet to rotate the eggs in the position they want, especially because it's a vase shape, I guess you can say. So they push all the eggs, so the slime allows it to coat with dirt, and also the nails of the females don't break the eggs. Now, there's on occasion that females will break eggs accidentally, but so far I haven't had any of those times. And also, some turtles and tortoises, if they're early on, right now she's in a trance, so she's fine with me. Female tortoises and turtles, they're in a trance in this midway through. But in the beginning, when they're just about digging the nest and they're not in that trance and they just found that spot, some tortoises and turtles, aquatic turtles too, they'll lay a dud. So they'll lay a random egg, and they'll just leave it for the predator to find. It's only one egg, and then they'll run off. And the reason is so they can still survive with the rest of the eggs, and they can hopefully lay them in the future. So it's okay if only one goes. Now, what I mean by a trance is that she really does not see me. She's so focused on covering up the eggs that she's really not bothered by me. Now, this is a sad thing because sometimes in the mainland or in some places, like box turtles, they lay very few clutches or very few eggs in one clutch. So what happens is some birds pick the eggs as soon as they fall, which is a sad thing because some tortoises and turtles only lay a couple eggs, and that same thing goes for certain species that only lay one egg each time. So if they use that egg as a dud, that means one baby is gone. Especially that's why some tortoises are endangered because they lay very few amounts of eggs inside a clutch. Now, redfoot tortoises, they lay pretty good sized clutches, and I usually don't expect more than 8 from her, because she is a young female, so she usually lays around 6. But anything more, I'll be glad to take it. So far, only 5, and based on what I'm seeing, I don't think there's any more eggs. So what we'll do now, I'll wait for her to finish this up in later on, and then I'll come back here in the morning, and then I'll dig this up, and then I'll see if we have any more eggs or not. But I'm pretty sure we only have 5 eggs. Just to recap, usually, if you're a beginning tortoise breeder or you want to hatch babies of your own, now I'm just gonna say this. I might say this in future videos too. Don't become a tortoise breeder unless you're prepared. I'm not saying I'm stopping you from that, because if it is your dream, go ahead and do it. But just know that you're making a lot of sacrifices to become a tortoise breeder, because these guys breed very fast, and these guys lay a whole bunch of eggs, and you have to have a plan. So I'm saying this because I'm 12 years old and I'm already breeding tortoises, and I know that these guys, her age, we might live together for a very long time, but all her babies, even the ones that I keep, I have to have a plan for them in the future, because I'm not going to be there to take care of them always. So that's why I always have a plan for tortoises, and Even if you're a tortoise breeder, you have to have a plan. So just to recap, if you have a tortoise and she's laying eggs, in the first 24 hours they're okay to move, but I don't recommend moving them after 24 hours. So usually I incubate these eggs around 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, because 90 or higher will get you females, and 85 or lower usually gets you males. So I try to keep it around 85. And then yeah, so that's what you do when you have a tortoise laying eggs. And this is just the process. So first they dig the nest, they lay the eggs, and they pack it all up. And usually, if you're in an incubator, you're getting babies maybe around 150 days. Usually it takes about 200 days. I've had babies without an incubator hatch around 200, 230 days. Especially I've had ground hatch babies inside this pen right behind me hatch around 250 days. So that's the average time it takes to hatch, but so far, if you're in an incubator, higher temperatures will hatch faster, and lower temperatures will hatch much longer. So that's the main steps of getting tortoise eggs and the process of your tortoise laying eggs. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring these eggs up to the incubator and date them and log them inside my book, and I'll keep you guys updated about these eggs on my Instagram. So hopefully see you guys in the next video.